Hello everyone. Today we learn about this Phalaenopsis. Then we look at this petals. He is petal. And then there's this bud composition. Then the assembly is relatively simple. Then this one do. We can also dye as a studio. Then decorate clothing is also very good. Watch. That we first look at the flowers weaving method. We look at this petals This is. There are 3 color. Plus color thinking macho Then we look at the yellow part of the hook method First, let's come up with a yellow line. We are now well on your finger around the 2 laps Kazakhstan. This ring can we let him loose a little? And then we put inside this circle crochet. Chaude line hook up. We set up 3 braids needle. 1. We out a good 3 braids needle after. In this group which we again. Hook 2 long needle. We have to play good march after 2 long needle. We then set up a 3 braids. Okay. Then the next subtitle is not in the Xiaoyun, but the environment inside the circle hook needle injection lead. Good first half a little you will somehow. Then we repeat this hook into 4 groups. Then I'll demonstrate again the 3rd braids. Then we hook a long needle wound. Please take out the 2 coils. Let us sell modern wound and then hook a long needle. After 2 moan. Are 2 braids. 3 braids. That line then directly hook up. We repeat this way good purchasing this 2.5. So we have a good hook this combination of 4. Then we began to look at how to tighten the wire. You first thread to get a little bit longer wait a minute will tune out. Then we find the root thread. Let us see that there is a significant tightening of a heart. This semester is apparent tightening. But we still pull this thread. You can see a line shortened. Then we pull for this line of. We tug this side. Then another play on tightening. Then the cable head. Then repaired. Is the formation of an annular needle. Well then we look at the 2nd lap. The 2nd ring is a white line. This time do we need to use the white line Well we took out the white line. Then directly. Then crochet hook needle braids. Then we are 3 hook needle braids. Well then good hook needle after 3 braids. In this long enough for us to be inside the head of this pin. The corresponding needle Here hook a long needle. We first winding. Then this is a corresponding first pin braids. This is a long needle. This corresponds to our long needle at the top. Braid hook long needle. Winding up the hook. So that we wound. Well behind us when. We have to fix in this thread crochet top. We call this good. You put these yellow lines cut. This line can wait. As fixed. We do not hide it and then line up. Then we look at this root Tibetan white line. This place is a plus pin. Let's bring out the winding. We are still good with a needle wound. Which then project a long needle hook. Okay. Well we went to the next season. Then this program which we hook. We hook a long needle on it. It is good. After we finished yet hook. This can be. Cut the thread. Then we set up 3 braids needle. 1. What? Ah well, we braids third needle. Then we in the middle of this. Among us the needles out of this place with winding. We initiated in this place. Well, after you pull over. We then hook under a pedal. We are at. Look at this law pedals hook. Let's mention 3 braids needle. Then a long needle wound in our corresponding. This place hook a long needle. When we rewinding the next scene place. We hook a long needle and needle. We wound good and then the next pin. This place. We hook a long needle. After he finished the hook stand 3 braids. Then in the middle of the inside of the building blocks. Your mother out. Well, these 2 petals we completed. Then we. The remaining 2 petals hook complete. Good 4.5 we have a good hook. 4 combinations have been completed. Let's look at the last lap Only the last lap with only 2 hook composition Only a combination of 2 hook. Then he was red line Then this time we need to put a red line. Add it to the above go Every time we change the timeline Need to hook a little tight Such as this white line we tighten a little hard. Let's 4th needle braids. Good point. A 2, 3, 4. Our 4th. Then the white line taut. Then we find that this corresponds. We hook on the needle head a long needle. It is good. We work like rain facts. The next pin head. We hook a long needle and needle. This time we put the white line into the top crochet. Buried inside the line 2. Well, we'll hook a long needle in this program inside. Well, we next head pin is still a long needle and needle. Well, this time we can cut the white line Correct. Okay. Well, we hook a long needle in the final here. Do not add a single long needle to needle. Let us. Then we take the stand 4 braids needle 12. Okay. Then we place this needle in the eye of the white line. The trigger in this place. Good electronic dog out. It is good. Let us then hook in the other group. Then almost done. We then going to the toilet several times too. 34. Let us first winding of a long needle. Position where we hook a scene. Well above the next scene we hook a long needle and needle. It is. We next set still long acupuncture needles. My next goal in the needle hook a long needle. So that we wound. And 3 of 4 identified. That would lead to the white line in this place. Well then this. Petals to complete this phalaenopsis. It's finished. Then we need to look at this flower hook. Our efforts to reach this puppy teeth. Good fa. We can also use yellow flower core. You can also use this green. It has this rest of this red thread of it. We hit him to come back. Wait a minute, then drink this thread. This one. By the time the thread on stereotypes and bars together. With you. Okay, let's look at fa fa. We will use this yellow color line to do fa relatively small simple. Then we took up again around the 2 laps. It also established 3 braids. Let's take here 4 long needle. Okay. This thread cut. So then we put these 2 lines us. We put this tightening. Let's pull this. Short of this. Eat. It is good. By the time like this. We just put it this way directly opposite. Actually behind. Good like this on it. Then we do 2 thread. You just a little. Get him. That tied together. From the bow to the opposite side. Then we put this crochet, go through with it. Okay. I did not pass the finish. Go through. Then on it. Then we put it with wire tray. Hide. Good. Let's look at what it means. You look at the leaves of the hook method. We took out the green line. Come up with a letter of attorney. Let out crochet. Then we played 25 braids. If it is, then use a large bowl of flowers. We can get a lot of little long leaves. Small points, then you can like me. Correct. What? Okay. What? Well then, braid needle is the easiest. Every hook when we will use this needle braids. They were to when the earthquake. We call this a setting on top. However, winding hook up. The first is a short needle. Direct out. Then the second needle is a long needle. This is now out. The next time the long march. Always been behind us all hook long needle. We have been left hooked to the back of 3. 4. Electronic scales where we are to give 20. We have been a long needle hook hooked to this place. I've been to this place, hook. Behind the rest of the we are in front of the 3-pin hook long needle. The amount of winding through the coil. Then out of 3 coils. Hook up this winding loyalty. We brought 3 coils directly. These 3 are like this. We are in the last needle. We fold over the wire. Our brother 3 short needle. Our good corresponding repurchase. Then we hook back. This is a long needle. We are the same. A needle inside the same mesh to complete. We look good. Every time we are corresponding to the corresponding, then the needle is in the same project. When we jump directly pick in the same program, we do not just pick one half. This is ugly. Well behind are the long march. We have been hooked to the back of a 2-pin. The remaining 2 are good in the short and long needle. Well, we wear opposite to the first needle on the list of restricted. Okay. Well, then this leaves us on good enough. Then assembled if the leaves look better. We can put some leaves according to our own favorite style to assemble it. Then we today Phalaenopsis hook method we have learned here. Thank you for watching.